Hey everyone, ready for another deep dive? Today we are going to unlock some solopreneur secrets.
Ooh, solopreneur secrets. Sign me up.
Well, today's source is an indie hacker's article, How to Find One-Person Business Ideas. But it's more than just the ideas.
Right, it's got to be more than that.
It's a whole framework for how to think about launching a business that's designed for you to run it yourself. Solo, baby.
I love that. And, this article is perfect for that. It really gets into how to maximize your time and resources when you're a solopreneur.
Which is so key because, we always say time is money.
Yeah,
But it's more than that when it's your business.
it really is. It's like every hour that you're wasting is product or marketing or, potential everything.
Yeah. And the article really gets into that, talks about this solopreneur's dilemma.
Okay, I like it already. What's the dilemma?
Well, you're the CEO, the marketer, the developer, customer service, all of it.
Oh, I know that story.
It's so easy to just get bogged down.
It's the worst. Trying to make everything perfect, and oh my gosh, so many solopreneurs get stuck there.
And that's what the article contrasts, right? Like people spending months, maybe even years perfecting their product
Oh, yeah.
before they even launch it.
Oh, and then the market's moved on, or they've run out of money.
They've lost a momentum.
So what's the alternative?
Well, they contrast that with the idea of launching quickly.
Okay.
They use an example, like a simple Chrome extension versus a complex project management platform.
Ah, okay, I see.
And it's like just launching something smaller and simpler,
Yeah.
even if it's not perfect,
Okay.
can be such a huge advantage.
Right.
Because you get that feedback.
You get that feedback, and you can start making money quicker, too.
Yeah. And you're not risking as much.
Right. Risking months of work on something that maybe nobody even wants.
Nobody wants it. That's the worst. So it's all about like minimizing that risk
Minimizing the risk?
and maximizing the learning.
Yeah.
And speaking of learning, this brings us to our next point, which is like knowing your target market.
Oh, yes. Target market is everything.
Yeah. And they illustrate this in the article with a really interesting comparison.
Oh, I love comparisons. Lay it on me.
Okay. They talk about this like tech genius, like super smart person who builds a scheduling app for tattoo artists.
Okay. Sounds pretty cool, actually. What's wrong with that?
Well, this tech person has never set foot in a tattoo parlor.
Oh, I see, I see. They don't know anything about what tattoo artists need.
Nothing.
Okay, yeah. Who are they comparing this person to?
They're comparing them to a former bartender who decides to build an app to manage, like
Oh, yeah.
shifts.
For like a bar or a restaurant.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So who do you think is more likely to build a successful app?
The bartender, obviously. They actually know the struggle.
They've been there, done that.
They get it. Yeah.
Yeah. And, it just goes to show you it's not always about being, the most technical.
Yeah.
It's about understanding your market.
Understanding it so well that you can actually predict what people need even before they realize they need it.
Yes, that's what you want to do.
That is powerful.
And it brings us to our next takeaway for you.
Get me with it.
Before you build anything, talk to your potential customers.
Absolutely. Get out of your head. Have those conversations. Figure out what their problems really are.
Yeah. Don't just assume you know.
Yeah. It's a recipe for disaster to build something without even knowing if anybody wants it.
It's like shooting in the dark.
Yeah. You might get lucky, but probably not.
Probably not. So now that we've talked about understanding your market, let's talk about one of the solopreneur's secret weapons.
All right. I love secret weapons. What is it?
Automation? Automate?
Not robots taking over the world, but,
Okay, good.
using automation to free up your time and help you work smarter. And the article uses the example of Sarah, who sells digital planners.
Okay, digital planners. I see.
And she writes these great blog posts.
They're optimized for search engines so people can find them.
Smart.
Anyone who subscribes to her email list gets an automated email sequence.
So she's nurturing those leads without even having to think about it.
Exactly. She's sleeping, her business is working,
I like it.
and she takes it a step further. She's got targeted Facebook ads,
Wow. She's got a whole system.
sending people to her landing page. So it's all automated. And this is key for solopreneurs, right?
Absolutely key.
Yeah.
Because, as a solopreneur, you don't have a whole team to help you with all this.
You're the team.
Exactly. So you have to be smart about how you use your time.
Yeah.
And automation can be a lifesaver.
It's like having a virtual assistant
Yes.
working for you 24/7.
Around the clock. And that frees you up to focus on the other parts of your business.
Right. Or to, maybe just take a break every now and then.
Or take a break. Avoid burnout, which is a real threat.
Huge threat. We have to be able to work sustainably.
Absolutely. Speaking of sustainability, let's talk about getting paid. Yes, that's kind of important when you're running a business.
Yeah, what's the point if you're not making money? The article really highlights a crucial point. You need to have a monetization model that makes you money right away.
Right. You can't afford to wait months or even years to start seeing some cash flow, especially as a solopreneur. Every dollar counts.
Every dollar counts. And they contrast two approaches, the freemium app model
Okay, freemium.
and the paid course model.
Right, I'm listening.
So freemium, you're giving away your app for free.
Yeah, hoping to monetize later.
Right, through ads or in-app purchases.
Which can be a real uphill battle, especially for a solopreneur. You need so many users to make any decent money from ads. And how do you even get those users in the first place? It's expensive and it takes forever.
Right. And then there's the paid course model, which is where you're creating like an online course that's valuable
Okay.
and people pay for it.
All right, so which one do you think is better for solopreneurs?
I think the paid course model is probably a much better fit.
I think you're right. And the article gives some great reasons why. Number one, upfront revenue.
Yeah.
People pay for your course and boom, you've got money in your pocket. No waiting around.
Yeah, instant gratification. I love that about it. And it establishes like a clear value proposition.
Right. People know exactly what they're getting when they sign up for a paid course. They're
Yeah.
investing in themselves.
Yeah, it's not just some random free app they downloaded and might never use.
And you know what else? It's way easier and cheaper to attract a smaller number of paying customers for a course than it is to build this massive user base for a free app.
Oh, absolutely. And think about scaling, right? You can create more courses.
You can raise your prices as you get more experience.
Yeah, it's just a much more sustainable model.
Way more sustainable.
Yeah.
So the key takeaway here is your knowledge, your expertise is valuable.
Right.
Don't be afraid to charge for it.
Hmm.
People are willing to pay for information that helps them.
Yes. All right, I think we've laid a good foundation here.
I think so too.
Are you ready to hear some actual business ideas?
Oh yeah, let's get to the good stuff. What's the article recommend?
Okay, first up, it's a prototype service agency.
Prototype service agency. That's a new one. Tell me more. It's pretty cool. Basically, instead of offering, these ongoing services, you're packaging your skills into like a deliverable with a set time frame.
So it's like mini products almost.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of open-ended.
Yeah, you're productizing your service.
Yeah, okay. What kind of examples?
So a developer could offer like a 4-week MVP
Okay,
development package for a set price.
got it.
And MVP, by the way, stands for minimum viable product,
Okay.
which is basically a basic version of, a product or whatever that's ready to be tested.
Okay, so they could build a simple version of an app or website in 4 weeks.
Exactly. Yep.
Cool. What else?
A designer could offer like $500 landing pages
Okay.
with like a 48-hour turnaround time.
Wow. So you're offering speed as part of the package.
Yep.
I like it. Okay, so
Right.
what are the benefits of this model?
Well, for one, you can start earning money right away because you're delivering that value
Yeah.
up front.
Yeah.
You don't have to chase invoices or wait months to get paid.
I like that. What else?
And it can be a great way to kind of build your client base
Okay.
because you're showcasing your skills.
Yeah.
You're delivering tangible results.
And then those clients could turn into, longer term clients.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Or they can refer you to other people.
Yeah.
And here's another advantage. You can start to create like reusable components or templates that make you more efficient over time.
So you're streamlining your workflow and making more money.
Exactly.
That's awesome. They have an example in the article, a UX designer, Tom,
Yeah.
who's doing this really well.
Yeah. So he's offering 24-hour UX audits for $997.
Wow.
And he's like streamlined the process.
Okay.
So now he's doing 3 or 4 of these a week.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So he's making over $10,000 a month
What?
working, part-time.
That's so awesome. It's so cool to see real people doing this. Okay, what's next?
This one is a classic for a reason. Digital products.
Oh, yeah. The beauty of making it once and selling it forever.
Exactly. So we're
Yeah.
talking ebooks, online courses, templates, workbooks, stock photos,
Yeah.
you name it.
Digital products are awesome.
Yeah, super low overhead, very scalable.
Yeah, you create it once and then you can just,
Sell it to as many
do
people
an unlimited number of people.
as you want.
It's so cool, and it's a great way to make that passive income.
Yeah.
And the ideas are unlimited. You could create an online course teaching freelance writers how to land clients.
Yeah, how to make more money.
You could do a toolkit to help entrepreneurs You know what their tax is?
Ooh, I like that one.
The 30-day Instagram playbook for social media managers.
Yeah, so many good ideas.
And the key is to identify that niche
Yeah.
and solve their problem.
And if you're struggling to come up with ideas, the article suggests checking out a free business idea generator. That's a great way to identify like hot topics and gaps in your niche.
I love it. All right, what's next?
This one's super intriguing. AI wrappers.
AI wrappers.
Yeah.
What is that?
All right, so think of it this way. You're taking powerful AI models like GPT-4,
Okay.
but you're making them user-friendly for, the average person who's not like a tech expert.
Oh, so you're making AI accessible.
Exactly. You're creating a simplified interface
Okay.
that allows anyone to use the power of AI
For very specific things.
for specific tasks. Yeah.
So you're making AI work for them.
Yeah.
I like it. What are some examples of how this could work?
Well, imagine an AI-powered real estate listing generator
Ooh,
that writes these amazing property descriptions.
that would save so much time.
Right, in just seconds.
That's amazing.
Or how about like a personalized workout plan creator
Oh, okay.
that takes into account your fitness level and your goals and like what equipment you have.
And your schedule.
Yeah, and your schedule.
That's awesome because who has time to figure all that out themselves?
Right.
I bet people would pay for that.
And the article even mentions like a legal document summarizer for lawyers.
Oh, okay.
It could save them hours of reading through these dense legal documents.
So it's all about using AI to do those like really specific tasks.
Exactly. So the possibilities are endless.
Right.
But here's the key.
Okay.
You need to identify a specific use case
Got it.
and provide more value than those generic AI tools that are already out there.
Okay, yeah, you have to stand out.
Got to stand out.
And that's where that market research comes back in, right?
Exactly, because you need to understand what problems your audience is actually facing
And how AI can solve them.
and how AI can be the solution.
I'm already getting ideas.
Me too.
All right, what's next?
Okay, this one's another classic simple mobile apps.
Oh, yeah, the little things that make our lives easier.
Exactly. And one of the great things about mobile apps is that, you've got the app stores. They provide these built-in distribution channels.
Yeah.
So you can reach a wider audience.
We're all on our phones all the time.
All the time.
So they're just like always within reach.
Exactly.
So what are some examples?
Habit trackers are really popular these days.
Yeah, people like to track stuff.
Track their progress, stay motivated.
Okay.
You could also create like specialized calculators for specific niches.
Oh, like for contractors?
Yeah,
right?
contractors,
Yeah,
investors.
okay. I like that.
And of course, we can't forget about niche productivity tools.
Yes.
Things like focus timers for writers,
Oh, that's smart.
task managers for busy professionals.
So I use those all the time.
They're lifesavers.
Yeah.
So yeah, the key here is you don't have to create some super complex app with a million features.
Okay.
In fact, it's better to just focus on one thing.
Less is more.
Less is more. Solve one problem brilliantly.
Okay, we've covered a lot. What is the last idea?
Okay, this one might be the easiest to get started with. Chrome extensions.
Oh, Chrome extensions. I love Chrome extensions.
I know, me too. They're awesome, and they're surprisingly easy to create.
Cool.
And you've got the massive user base of the Chrome Web Store right there.
That's true. Okay, so what are some ideas?
So the article mentions like advanced bookmark managers
Okay.
that let you, organize your bookmarks in ways that Chrome just doesn't allow you to.
Yeah, I would love something like that.
Right. There are also like specialized web clippers
Okay.
for researchers or journalists.
Cool.
So you can easily save and organize articles and other resources.
Love it.
And you could even create tools that enhance, popular websites with like additional features.
Okay.
Like I've seen some really cool extensions that add features to YouTube
Yeah, I've seen those.
or Gmail.
Okay, yeah.
It's amazing how much you can do with a simple extension
So we've got 5 fantastic business ideas for solopreneurs.
that are perfect for solopreneurs.
Love them all.
Yeah, they all have, their own strengths and potential.
I'm feeling so inspired.
I am too. But before you go running off to start building your empire,
Uh-oh.
there's one more thing we need to talk about.
That sounds like a warning.
You know me so well. So while the world of solopreneurship is amazing
Yeah.
and full of opportunity,
Right.
there are some business models that are a bit trickier,
Okay.
especially when you're, flying solo.
So it's like a word of caution.
It's a word of caution. It's like a map of potential pitfalls.
I like. Okay, what should we be wary of?
All right. First up, we have directories.
Directories like Yelp or TripAdvisor?
Yeah, exactly. So the challenge with directories is that you often need a massive amount of traffic
Okay.
to actually make any real money.
That makes sense.
And driving that kind of traffic, it's really hard.
Yeah, especially if you're competing against these huge companies.
Yeah, exactly. And you need a lot of listings to attract users, but you also need users to attract listings.
It's a chicken and egg situation.
Yeah, it's a tough one to crack, especially as a solopreneur.
All right, what's next?
Okay, number 2, games.
Games. Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah, the world of gaming is super competitive
Yeah.
and often really unpredictable.
It's hard to know what's going to be the next big hit.
And the market is just, it's saturated
Yeah.
with, big studios and indie developers.
And trends change so quickly.
Yeah, new technologies are always emerging. It's a really fast-paced world
Yeah.
that can be hard to keep up with.
So unless you've got a truly groundbreaking idea and a ton of resources.
Probably best to steer clear.
Okay, number 3,
Communities.
communities.
Ah, yes, the dream of building an amazing online community.
It sounds nice in theory.
It does, but it can be really challenging.
How so?
Well, first of all, monetizing a community can be tough.
Yeah.
You have to find a way to provide value to your members
Yeah.
while also generating revenue.
Okay.
So memberships, subscriptions, exclusive content, those are all options.
Okay.
But it takes some careful planning.
And it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. You're basically on call 24/7. Moderating discussions, resolving conflicts, keeping things engaging.
Keeping people happy.
It's a labor of love. It's definitely not a get-rich-quick scheme.
Yeah.
But it can be rewarding if you're passionate about it.
Yeah. But it's not easy.
Not easy. So what's number 4 on our list?
This one's interesting to me. Platform-dependent products.
Ah, yes. The allure of building your business on someone else's platform.
What's the problem with that?
Well, you're essentially putting all your eggs in one basket,
Oh.
and that basket's controlled by someone else.
That doesn't sound good.
So think, Facebook apps, Shopify plugins, they can seem like a great idea because you're tapping into an existing user base,
Oh.
but you're at the mercy of their rules,
Oh,
their
okay.
algorithms,
Okay.
which can change at any time.
Yeah, so you're kind of building your house on rented land.
That's a great way to put it.
So you have to have an exit strategy.
You got to have a plan B.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Diversify, diversify, diversify.
All right, what's next?
Okay, this one might surprise some people. Consulting or coaching as a primary focus.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying it can't be profitable.
Okay.
It definitely can be, especially once you've established yourself, built a good reputation.
Right.
But as a starting point for solopreneurs, it can be really tough.
In what way?
Well, you got to convince people that you're worth their money,
That makes sense.
and that takes time and effort.
And it's very time intensive, right?
Very time intensive. You're basically trading hours for dollars.
Right. And how do you scale that?
It's hard to scale unless you're charging, really high rates.
Okay.
You're limited by how many clients you can handle at once.
So it's not the best long-term plan.
It's something to keep in mind.
Okay.
All right, last but not least, we have ad-based businesses.
Ah, yes, the classic model of relying on ad revenue.
A dream, right? But the reality is
Right.
you often need a ton of scale
Okay.
to make any real money from ads.
So like millions of users.
Millions of users,
Yeah.
millions of page views.
That's a lot.
It's a lot, and it's a huge challenge for solopreneurs who are just starting out.
Yeah, we don't have those kinds of resources.
And you're at the mercy of the ad networks,
Right.
the algorithms.
Yeah, which are always changing.
Plus, people are just getting tired of ads.
Yeah, they're everywhere.
So it's a tough business to be in, especially as a solopreneur.
Yeah, it's not easy.
So those are some business models to approach with caution.
I'm glad we talked about this.
It's not that they're impossible to succeed with, but you just got to be aware of the challenges.
Yeah, be realistic about the downside.
Exactly, before you invest all your time and energy.
So we've learned about speed and market knowledge
We've explored business ideas,
and potential pitfalls,
talked about automation,
monetization.
be strategic.
It's like an entrepreneurship crash course.
It's been a great conversation.
I'm feeling smarter already.
Me too, and I hope you are too.
Yeah, it's a good reminder to be aware of those potential challenges. But okay, before we wrap up completely, I want to leave you with a question.
Okay, hit me.
The article mentioned that GPT-wrapped businesses might face some challenges with the launch of the GPT store.
Oh, that's interesting. You mean like those businesses that are built around using GPT?
Yeah, they're using it to offer a service or product or something, right?
Right.
Essentially. Okay, so how might the launch of that store actually impact those businesses? Could it be good, bad?
That is a great question. I mean, on the one hand, it could be really good for them. Think about it. A centralized platform like that could help them reach a wider audience.
Yeah, way more discoverability.
Right. If you're looking for an AI solution, you go to the GPT store. It's right there.
But then on the other hand, wouldn't that also mean more competition?
Oh, absolutely. I
Yeah.
mean, everyone's going to be rushing to create their own GPT, wrap this or that.
So it might actually be harder to stand out.
Much harder. It's like, any gold rush.
Right.
At first it's great, but then it gets crowded and the easy gold is gone.
Right. You got to work a lot harder to find those nuggets.
Exactly. And it also makes you think, what happens when you build your business on a platform that you don't control?
Yeah, you're at their mercy.
Completely.
Hmm.
They change their policies, their prices. Who knows? They could even shut the whole thing down.
And then what? Your business is gone.
That's the risk,
Yeah.
which is why diversification is so important.
Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Exactly. And always be ready to adapt,
Be flexible.
That's what entrepreneurship is all about.
Well, we covered a lot today, from speed and market research to all sorts of business models.
We talked about automation, getting paid, and really being strategic.
Feeling inspired.
Definitely. And remember, you don't have to have it all figured out right now. Just get started.
Take action, talk to people, test things out.
And most importantly, don't be afraid to fail. That's how you learn.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So keep us updated on your progress.
We want to hear all about your solopreneur journey.
Until next time, happy hustling.